Time to go.
Huh. There's a lot less stuff here than before.
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the Pyro Archon told me about your plan. Take a seat, everybody. I'll examine you one by one. All right, that should do it for now. I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the abyss like you, Traveler.
She's always been special like that. She can even purify its power.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a
Of course.
Thank you, Koichi.
All right, all right. We must just give it time.
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. I'll get straight to the point. Natlana is on the verge of destruction.
Huh? No.
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that our looming destruction is not a recent development.
Mualani told us a little bit.
500 years ago, all the nations of Teyvat were unlike the other nations. Natlana never had stable and deep. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. Even then, it took centuries of solving the disasters caused by the Abyss to finally achieve the peace we know today. And still, this is but a superficial victory. The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated immediately after the war. Our calculations estimate that at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our civilization was dying, our faith crumbling if we didn't bring the nation back together. So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the hero.
So that's what. After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange. Since the plan was mentioned in those memories. But there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the Pyro Arc. Huh? But that doesn't make any sense!
That's right. The hardest thing for a god can extend a human's life by using. But, as we all know, Natlana doesn't. A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished only by dying before my time.
So, in other words, this is your...
Yes. We only managed to defeat. If the Natlana of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the war had to rebuild the goal was to reunite the people, and once a tribe was back to its full strength, the Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our...
So that means...
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe 500 years ago. After your adventure in the Night Kingdom...
So in other words, you always knew...
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully... The 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from... Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the night...
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection...
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using. If we want to unblock that information from being passed on, So, I've tried my best to help. Currently, Shilonin of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their... During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wayab Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored.
But we have less than a year!
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the... That's also why I haven't been able to take action.
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you just tell me about...
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny too early could mean... Just like your determination to save Kachina, I hope your
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final...
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only... I can only trust in the judgment of the Wayab. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. Natlana's salvation lies not in its Archon or... You're quite perceptive, aren't you?
Huh? Oh, right!
Even though I sacrificed my power, after all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk. In addition to their sentimental value, the items I...
Fuel?
Yes. The stories embodied by those over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of... On their own, each item's power is limited. But by burning those items, I was able to activate the content. It was a rather crude approach, so...
But weren't they all precious treasures? That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter... Oh, I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all deserve my thanks, actually. And then, it would only be a matter of time. Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, if they knew those items helped save the present...
Even when you put it that way...
There's no need. The people and the events of the past are never truly lost to us. If you still have regrets, let them fuel your resolve in the battle. Your deeds will become new legends and nurture new forms of power.
Well, we'd still like to return the favor.
Well, if that's the case, just now that Kachina has returned, we can finally hold the victory, and we could all use the rest, that's for sure.
Still, now that I know the danger we're facing...
Try not to let it get to you. It's important to stay calm. All right.
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen. They attract people from all walks of life. The people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private property. They are there to bring all hot spring buddies together. It's been really nice, seeing the children of my tribe get older. I've witnessed their energy, their determination, their absolute passion for life. Even when they cause trouble, I never managed to hold on to my anger for long. It's unbelievable how quickly they worm their way back into my good graces. I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. She possesses infinite potential. I can see it. One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children, just like those warriors did for me. So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet you promise victory in the abyss is a cunning enemy. My rage will never know absolution. But you came to me because you knew you could convince me with just a single sentence. I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us the victory we are owed. Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt. For Natlan.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve it? What about the you from right now?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. We will do everything we can to rebuild, even across time. We will...
Yeah, Mom's right. We'll always believe in you, sis. Oh, seriously though, Dad should be here. Where?
I imagine he didn't know what to say, so he chose not to come at all. Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone.
The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to—
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us—
Who will be?
We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
You here for the victory feast too?
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came to deliver some medicine. It's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others.
Well, you two had a fight, so Paimon can understand.
She didn't cause any trouble during your trip, right?
Yeah, she was super helpful. She gave us a lot of useful information about the Abyss.
That's good. That's all I needed to know.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty outspoken when we first met, but now it's like you're holding something back.
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you left, but I did it for a reason. Her impulse to fight is extremely strong. Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes.
So what you're saying is...
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid, but it works pretty well. Anyway, I'm just glad you were able to make it back safe and sound. That's all I wanted.
But do you really have to go that far?
No way. Chaska never opens up about her own pain, especially to her family. I appreciate the understanding, and don't worry. Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind their arguing? In the end, it's all the Abyss's fault.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina! Woohoo!
Well done, Kachina. Thank you, everyone.
I always knew you could do it. With so much potential at your age, you have a great future ahead of you.
You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team.
I had no choice. My friend invited me. I couldn't just say no.
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get ahead in the first round?
I wasn't, I swear. I just happened to find that bearer injured in the wild. So when he insisted on repaying the favor, what was I supposed to do? I'm just one person. I figured Kachina would have no trouble replacing me.
But the fact of the matter is that after your departure, everyone else started thinking about swapping teams too.
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was wrong of us to abandon you like that.
It's amazing that you still made it all the way through to the Night Warden Wars.
So, what about you guys?
Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned up late to the...
Serves you all right. No.
Alright. There's no need to be like that, Uncle Pakal. Dear friends, I'd like to say a few words. Firstly, I'm grateful to my friends and our great Archon for helping to bring me back. This traveler and her companion Paimon are some of the strongest people I've ever met. If they were allowed to participate in the pilgrimage, they've agreed to let me learn from them. With their help, I believe I can become even stronger still. And let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Ayan-san. They all helped the Traveler and Paimon figure out a way to bring me back from the Night Kingdom. They too deserve to be called our heroes. So, please give another round of applause for them. Thank you so much.
Well said!
I'll drink to that. How does it feel being a hero, Kachina? To be honest, it's a bit overwhelming. Well, you better get used to it. Next up, undefeated champion! Hey, please don't make fun of me.
Ah, you're here.
How did you know?
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away. Because they had their own lives to live. The thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, you could just as easily point out that everything in this world... Imagine if I said, let's leave right now and go save the sun because it'll... I couldn't make them shoulder that. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. The plan could... Or, of course, without me.
Paimon's suddenly remembering that portrait in your room.
Yes, it was. So when you asked me, from what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude she played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the canopy. Still, it was an impressive achievement. You feel loss keenly. This is a war, and there can be no war without loss. I am already... The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear.
Yeah, doesn't that mean the way...
I suppose, but so what? Don't forget, time takes many forms, even if the future ends in destruction. And it's precisely because we humans... This is a pivotal moment. Well, 3, to be precise. There's one further here. Your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss is truly remarkable. If you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support...
Ancient names can be...
They can. Several strict conditions must... Possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded. The Ode of Resurrection may have temporarily lost its... Just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a
Yeah, we can't...
Wonderful. Then I'll reach out to Shilonen. We've never forged an ancient name for an Outlander before, but...
My lord, we've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost much of her power. Although your injury complicates things, this is most certainly the opportune time to seize the Gnosis.
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent in a time of weakness. As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. You don't have much time, and you're injured on top of that.
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be. You heard something from here. Did it?